Hi.
Hi.
I think it could be beef. Oh, she's taking a sip of wine.
Mm-hmm.
That was rude. Right in the middle of the introduction.
Oh.
I'm out of breath. I'm so unfit. So, don't look at me like that. This is episode, what are we saying? Is it 5?
5.
Episode 5.
Yes.
They just keep getting better and better. So, today we're going to be talking about cosplay.
Why? Nobody knows.
Well, why not? Shit over everything I do, why don't you? I thought it'd be cute to do something about cosplay because it's sort of the talk of the town, if you will, at the moment.
What town?
Certainly, what, I don't know.
The town of cosplay.
Of Brown Eye, Nebraska. Because we're Fifi O'Hara.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Fifi O'Hara, if you don't know, is a drag queen. She's doing 360, what is it?
365 days of drag. And
Oh, but that's not all cosplay. It's
No.
a lot of it is.
To fill a lot of that, because obviously 365 days of unique drag looks is quite the endeavour. She's done a lot of cosplay. And
she's very good at it.
She's very good at it, and nobody knew. Nobody knew.
No, I
She
think
does her
people
own
knew.
prosthetics.
She did that Power Rangers bird, and that was great.
I don't remember. Oh,
You
yeah,
know that
yeah.
one?
Oh, yeah. She had dabbled in cosplay before. Like her Halloween costumes are always sick. But she's done a week of 90s cartoon characters, and it was just really cool.
So I should probably just say, by the way, we're in the living room of Novympia Heights. It's very exciting. Is it exciting, Nova?
It is exciting.
I tell you what isn't exciting is trying to manoeuvre on this brand new settee, which is as hard as fucking rock. Okay, great.
So with us today on this very special episode of I Think It Could Be Beef, to discuss the topic of cosplay, we have our dear friend Misha. Misha, say hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mish. So I thought it'd be cute to have Misha on for this one.
She bought us wine.
Well,
I did.
first of all, she brought wine, so that's always great. You can come over the threshold. If you are following our social media, you would have seen Misha bought us a lovely sign for our front door.
I think you're too close to this mic.
Oh, this is comfortable, though.
You're about twice as close as the rest of us. You're going to be twice as loud.
Yes, I'm the main host, so
Sit up properly.
sit up, Britain.
Sit like a lady.
Okay, well, that might take a while. Is that more acceptable?
Yes.
Okay, where were we? Gosh, should we start again?
You said about how Misha bought us.
Yes, it was a slate sign. For it said Novympia Heights on it. Anyway, so Misha is a cosplayer. Is that fair to say, Misha?
I am. I do dabble in it.
Dabble, yes, you do. You've been constructing. What are you doing at the moment?
I'm busy constructing a Mad Hatter costume.
And you are busy because it's taken you about 4 months.
Yeah, it's taking forever and it's still not done yet.
But
Now, what incarnation of the Mad Hatter?
It
are we
is
talking?
Tim Burton's 2010 version.
Okay.
/ 2016 because there's a new film out this year as well.
How
so-
exciting, The Looking Glass.
Yes, so
I didn't
excited.
like that movie, guys.
Okay.
No.
A lot of people didn't like it. I really liked it and don't understand why people didn't like it.
Yeah, I love it. It's like one of my
really
favourite
liked
movies.
it.
Because I feel like that's Tim Burton in his era where he should have just calmed the fuck down and stopped making everything with Johnny Depp. With Johnny Depp, he just kept churning them out and they were all that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory terrible.
I didn't hate that.
No, see, I love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as well.
Oh, God. Did you prefer it over the original?
I did, yes.
Oh, Misha, no, that's absolutely...
I like both of them. I really do. I think they've both
Sacrilege.
got very good points.
Sorry.
But Nova and I have dabbled in cosplay, but I don't know if it's...
What cosplay have you done? Please?
Well, I have done...
You did carry
I
a couple
did
of years
carry
ago, didn't you?
one time. I've done
Okay.
Jamae King.
Okay.
I've done...
Oh, okay,
I've done,
you have.
No.
you have.
I mean, not really. But this is my point. I would not consider us cosplayers because we sort of cut corners, and it's not because Misha. See, she's so shit.
We don't make things from scratch.
Did you learn to sew yourself?
Yeah, it's all self-taught.
How?
By a lot of praying and just a lot of swearing involved.
So, but yeah, I
Is it
remember...
fair to say that in the cosplay community, if you don't sew your own things, is that kind of frowned upon? would
A
you
little
say?
bit, yeah. You
I would
can't,
have thought so.
like, you can't enter any masquerades, like at conventions, if you
So
haven't
you wouldn't.
completely
It's
made
not.
your...
It's not legit.
What the fuck is a
No.
masquerade?
What we
It's
do
like-
isn't legit.
It's like a basic kind of like fashion show for cosplay. It's like this big competition.
Like
There's
a
money
pageant.
involved and
How did I not know that was a thing?
Like a cosplay pageant.
So, wait
like
a
the
second.
the big like European competition is held at the London conventions every year.
So, but do they have different categories?
I haven't really looked that much into it because I am nowhere near good enough to be part of it. You have to be like amazing to be part of these. Otherwise, it kind of just laughed at the door.
Well, I've seen the hat you're making for the Mad Hatter. It was very impressive.
Like, my Mad Hatter's okay. Like, I admit it's okay, but not at the level of some people's.
But I suppose your best Mad Hatter though, like it could be amazing, but then someone could do something which is like it has like robotics or something.
Yeah.
In it, and that could be like, what the fuck is that? I didn't. Was that your belly?
My stomach.
That was happening a lot earlier on as well.
It's the KFC.
I think there's some diarrhea headed your way. So the cosplaying then. So the masquerades and I've never heard of that before. That's fucking weird. Fashion shows.
That's not weird at all. I think it makes perfect sense.
I think it's weird that I've just never heard of it.
I think, to be fair, I knew nothing about it. It was only because my friend Becca introduced me to this whole cosplay thing. And I turned up to, like, Comic-Con in London and she was like, oh, you're going to the Masquerade Show? I was like, what? What's
So
this?
there's one show.
Yeah. They do various ones, different cons, but, like, the ones at, like, the big London conventions are, like, the main ones of the year.
It does sound like a bloody con. So, I just find it very strange. Your friend Becca then, I've heard a lot about this bird.
You would have done.
She can't cover eyebrows.
No, she's not the best, but then she just have very oily eyebrows, so...
You need to tell her I have a tutorial for that.
She has watched it, but she still can't do it, I don't think.
It's probably not a great tutorial, that's why.
I have been helping baby queens across the land with that tutorial.
Did you not do cosplaying before you met her?
No, I had no idea what it even was. Like, fancy dress was about the extent of anything I ever did.
So what was the first thing you did?
The first kind of, like, thing I sort of did half of was a female Dan is not on fire kind of costume.
Right, okay, so
that's cosplaying. Is he a YouTuber?
He is a YouTuber. It's kind of like not really a cosplay, but kind of.
Do people do that? Do people? I mean, obviously, I've seen people cosplay Miranda Sings, but that's already a character, very, very much so. Now, she wears a costume all the time, but do people cosplay like
regular people,
YouTubers
and celebrities? Well, I guess they do see celebrities.
Celebrities, I'd say more so. YouTubers, not as much. I think Dan is not on fire and Amazing Phil get a lot of cosplayers because a lot of people obviously ship them as a couple, so they can kind of play out their fantasies when they're cosplaying.
Any of these terms, ship them. It's so weird, like postage and shipping.
No,
ship as in like.
No, I'm just joking. I kind of get what that is. Yeah. Just a quick mention here. Misha is obsessed with these two dudes.
I am. I will admit that openly.
I've never seen anything they do, Misha. No, but you mention them all the bloody time. You've got a phone case of them. One of them.
One of them I have, but it's on my old phone.
Wait, but and one of them is on your background. I've noticed.
Yes,
I saw that today. Which one is that?
That is Amazing Phil, and then Dan is on my actual main wallpaper.
Why is he amazing?
Because he just is. He's amazing.
And then the other guy is on.
Why
is he on fire? What's that about?
That was a random username he made when he was 13 and never got rid of.
Because he's so cool. But how would you? Okay, this is my question to you now. I think it would be difficult for someone to cosplay, average white boy, just with like no standout features. How did you do a female cosplay of just someone who has no like?
The thing with Dan and Phil is they have very kind of iconic outfits. Like they have these couple of outfits they'll wear to every convention. They wear it in a lot of videos. It's all over like their books and publications and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of do it based on that. Like,
like a cartoon character has like 3 outfits.
Basically, Dan Howell has 3 outfits he wears in rotation.
Is that intentional? Is that like for consistency throughout like promotion and stuff, or is that just he doesn't have many clothes?
Well, he has. I just don't think he has a lot of clothes, to be honest. Or he just finds an outfit he really likes and will wear it to death.
Oh, that's sad. We should get him down all those charity shops we have in town. This new town we moved into. There's so many charity shops. We're loving ourselves sick, aren't we, Nova? What is your ultimate sort of cosplay that you'd love to do? If there were no limitations.
I'd love to do a Disney princess at some point.
Your friend Becca did.
Yes, she did Cinderella.
Right? Yes. Was she good? You can tell us if she was.
She was. She was very good. I loved her Cinderella.
I know, you can tell us if she was shit.
The hair was shit, but that was my fault. I did the hair, so I can take responsibility for that.
Okay.
So did she sew that dress herself then?
She did, yes. Completely all from scratch.
That's impressive then.
And
she
drafted her own pattern.
eyebrows?
She did for Cinderella, no.
No.
And she drafted her own pattern as well because she couldn't find one that she liked, so she made her own pattern.
Oh, see, that's quite impressive because for your Mad Hatter jacket,
yes.
You got the patterns from Fabricland.
Fabricland, yes, I did.
Me and Nova love Fabricland. You have to take us there one time, Misha.
I will do.
It's just some
It's my favourite
shitter
place.
sort of fabric store nearby. But patterns. See, we wouldn't even have a clue because we use glue guns for everything.
Yeah, I've done a Mad Hatter costume, but now listening to you and talking to you about
Yours is better,
cosplay,
Misha.
I don't think I can really call it cosplay because it was just kind of like a hodgepodge of different
It was
pieces.
an outfit inspired by.
Well, there were bits of it that it wasn't.
It was a Mad Hatter
It
look.
was inspired by various Mad Hatter looks. So that in itself, I guess, isn't really cosplay. But I didn't make anything from scratch. I bought a blazer jacket, ready made. I customized it though. I cut a sleeve off. I glued buttons onto it and clocks and
So she cut a
watches and
sleeve
things.
off. That's not impressive.
What else did I
Glued a
do?
button on.
Yeah, the rest of it was really just like an ensemble, like bits that I pieced together. So it's not really making anything.
It is kind of counted as a cosplay, but it's more what's kind of known in the community as like a wardrobe/closet cosplay, which is where you use bits from your own wardrobe and stuff
You
you
would
already
get
own.
so snubbed if you went. Oh, right. So I see. Right. So because I watched a thing on YouTube about cosplaying, and if you show up like just in your regular clothes, you're called a mundane. Is that correct?
I've not heard that term.
I've heard that before.
A mundane, like if you just wear just regular clothes, you go and take pictures, whatever. So then you're telling me it gets broken down. So if you make an outfit, but say you buy bits of it that are already made, that's not considered like great.
It's fine. It depends on the character. Like
There's
when
a
I
big
did,
market on eBay and Etsy for cosplay props, like complicated things, like from video games that people can't make themselves.
Oh,
There's a big
that's
market
cheating.
for people who make these and sell them.
You should make hats and sell them.
Yeah, but I used a pattern someone else already made, so it's kind of like I
You
can't.
still made it.
You see
though.
very
I did.
specific things. You see like Yuna's earring from Final Fantasy
Yeah.
X-2
Yuna.
and just a character, but like really weirdly specific character items.
There's a big market for like Assassin's Creed stuff.
yeah,
Like all the
yeah.
weapons from that is a big market for people who make all them.
But then if someone shows up and they've got all this like fancy shit and they bought it off Etsy, they're not going to know. No one's going to know.
No one knows that's the thing. Like unless you admit that you haven't really. made
Everyone
all...
is judging each other. Let's be honest.
You try not to judge other people's
Oh,
cosplays.
you go and you stand
The
there
way
and you
I
think
do
that
it
person looks
is
shit.
I will look at someone else's cosplay and I will find bits of it that I love and I think they've done really well, and bits that maybe they could have improved on. Because that's the way I see my own cosplays. I look at the best bits of it and then I think, oh, if I ever did that again, what would I do differently?
See, I think I would go up to someone and say, "You look shit. You look so bad. You've thrown this together, and I'm ashamed to be in your presence."
I mean, I will admit sometimes at like conventions when I've been with friends, I will stand there and be the awful person who's like, oh god, they've made no effort. Like, what have they done with that?
What is the worst cosplay you've ever seen,
Oh god, there's...
apart from Nova's Mad Hatter?
I'm sure it wasn't awful. There's
Where
quite...
did she go? She just left the podcast. Oh, that diarrhea's kicked in.
I just wanted to get my phone because I just remembered I'm following a really, really cool cosplayer on Instagram.
You could have
I
brought the
couldn't
wine
remember her
back
name.
in. Left the bloody wine in the kitchen.
So you were busy slating my Mad Hatter look.
No. Go on. You were saying what's the shittest thing you've ever seen?
I think sometimes it's hard. Like, I never want to say that a cosplay is awful,
You do,
but you do sometimes.
When you see the same, there's always like one costume
I think there's
that
a
you see a
couple
million
of
times
Harley
as
Quinn
well.
costumes I've seen at conventions where someone has
Why is
clearly
that so like
decided the
done?
night before.
The
that
Joker
they-
as
yeah.
well. The Joker is always one.
People love Batman. What the fuck is that? Harley Quinn's from Batman, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been embarrassing if I got that wrong.
I think sometimes with popular cosplays, there's always the risk that, like, if you do it shit, there's going to be 1,000 people that look much better than you, so it makes it look even worse than it is.
It's funny though. You'd think that people go into that would want to do something like really sort of different.
I mean, I try and always tend to go for the more obscure characters. Like in October, I went for Elizabeth Swann, which
Right,
really hasn't
yeah.
kind of been in the mainstream for ages.
No, it's more like a cult thing at this
Yeah.
point. You wouldn't want to go as like, what would be so obvious? Like Deadpool.
Yeah, there's so many, particularly this year. I reckon when I go in May,
There's going to be a lot,
There's
isn't
gonna
there?
be
Because
a
it's going to be a
sea.
really easy costume to do.
But
Yeah.
isn't Deadpool like really like kinky and like semi-gay?
I haven't seen it. I
Yeah.
really want to see it.
So but
He's
a lot
it
of
is
these-
really
sexual,
good.
isn't he?
Yeah,
He
something along
a
identifies
lot of
as-
these nerds are not going to be comfortable being that character. Surely.
No, also the trouble with Deadpool cosplayers is a lot of the time it's guys who are using it as an excuse to act like complete jerks at conventions.
Yeah, just douchebags.
So they'll be like,
Oh.
oh, I'm in character. It's like, yeah, just because you're in character doesn't mean you're a complete arsehole.
I did that. Austin Powers. There you go.
Yeah.
I did that actually the other day. I was Austin Powers and I went up to a girl at the bar and I said, should we shag now or shag later? And she almost reported me to the bouncer. But I thought that was so funny at the time. She did not appreciate it. And the screen's gone off. Does that mean it's gone?
I think it should be all right.
No, it's still going. So I've got on Instagram, there is this user called Janitin Cosplay, Jannetin Cosplay, and she is insane. She started out on Instagram just posting a whole load of wigs that she's done. She styles wigs from scratch, and they're just the most incredible, like, quality stuff.
What kind of wigs?
Cosplay wigs.
Oh, you
they're
showed me
cool.
this chick before. It's like anime hair, like
Yeah.
fiery Dragon Ball Z hair.
But they're amazing. And now she started actually putting some of her cosplays up. And there is one she did recently. I think it's with her friend or her other half. And they did like a couple from Prince of Persia.
That's cool.
And I don't know the games very well, but
boring.
this
Why would you do
guy
that?
was obviously the Prince of Persia. And then she was some like
Princess Jasmine.
princess or something.
Aren't they all just
And
Princess
I
Jasmine?
just thought they looked so good.
They do look good, actually. Sometimes I feel like I look at cosplayers and like one day I want to reach that point where
Is there
mine
like
look
a
as good as
level
that.
of like what is the person that wins the masquerade? Is that like grand level wizard or what?
Yeah, they cosplayers will normally be. It's normally always an anime character that tends to win.
Do
like,
they win
She
money?
also did a really, really weird anime character. Where is it? Oh, here it is. There's video footage of this. It's just so bizarre. And she did like because this is like it's an anime character with like humongous knockers. So she's in like a latex bodysuit. So like it's fake skin, right up to her chin. And you can see in this video,
Wait, oh yes, you showed me this
like
as
it's
well.
a fake ass.
Well,
And then-
where is this happening? This isn't a convention. Is this just?
But I just thought that was so clever, the way it's done.
That is really clever. That.
Isn't
Isn't
it's
that
always
clever?
sort of like a Japanese character. You're right.
Yeah.
And then just a little bit of Photoshop blends the skin tone in there.
But
Really
do
clever.
they win money? These people that win or not?
Yeah, and you're sort of like you can actually become like a professional cosplayer.
Right, and they fly you to all the conventions,
Yeah.
don't they?
And then at some conventions you can have like a stand and people pay to have pictures with these cosplayers. I don't
Like-
think I could ever personally, if I ever got any, not that I'm ever going to be that good. I don't think I could charge someone to have a picture of me. It's not like you're kind of.
Misha, don't be daft. Of course you would. You jump at the chance.
You put that time and money in that, you're making someone happy by having a picture with you. You
Yeah.
can take a charge for it.
You can charge through the nose.
Pandora Box did cosplay.
Yeah, she did.
And she
did
won a
Harley
competition.
Quinn. Did she?
She entered a competition that... what is that Alice in Wonderland game called?
Oh, Alice Madness Returns or something.
That one.
You played that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they brought out the sequel, they ran a cosplay competition on Facebook, and I can't remember what the prize was. It was something to do with like the third game, which actually turned out to be a short film anyway. So Pandora Box entered it, and she entered in a photograph of herself that she had actually shot before the competition because she was already a fan of the game. In character, she made the dress. She had like the scraggy brown hair. She had like the symbols on the skirt. It was absolutely sick, and she won the competition.
Just because she already had the picture. That's
She
so
already had the
funny.
picture.
Yeah.
She didn't even make it for the competition. She already had it just because she liked the game.
My Jemay
liked
might
the
win that
character.
if I enter that picture of me as Jemay.
I don't know.
So we've got a few things coming up. Obviously Halloween is right at the end of the year, but we always plan that quite in advance. And we were going to do, if you remember our plan,
Yes.
Jareth and Sarah from Labyrinth.
Yes. I would be Sarah, obviously.
Yes. And I would be David Bowie. But that seems a bit odd now because David Bowie checked out not long ago.
I thought that was why you decided to do that.
No, we planned on doing this way before.
I think if it was done well, you could probably still get away with it.
I could, but the funny thing is that's a boy character.
Oh,
Barely.
yeah.
Boy.
I mean, there's
He's got
a lot of crotch. but-
penis in that movie. There's a lot of penis. Have you seen Labyrinth?
I have a love labyrinth.
It's good, right? So, yeah, and you
But I'm
wanted
not
to...
making that dress from scratch.
Oh,
Misha
come
can
on.
make
Where's
it.
your passion?
Oh my god, that dress is a wedding. It's a wedding dress. It's a wedding dress.
Yeah, but just get a load of tulle. Look, that duvet's already half the outfit. And then you just need a load of jimmies.
I will make the headpiece from scratch because that's quite extravagant. She has like this like diadem
Oh, it's so
thing
ugly.
in her
And that
hair.
huge
I'll make that
brown-
from scratch.
Her hair is awful.
This Mad Hatter coat I've made is the first time I've ever made anything from scratch. And to be honest, it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but you can
Yeah, but
sew.
you say that.
No, it is. Like, Yeah, I have majorly fucked up in places,
But
but
this is a jacket, not a wedding dress.
oh come on, it's not that much harder.
Just
Ooh.
you could find a cheap one. There's all these charity shops in town. We'll
No, I know,
find
but that's
one.
what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna make it.
What is the song from that scene? Because it's the one where they're in the bubble dancing. Do, 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 as the world falls down. Do. That one.
I can't think.
That one.
What just happened? And then David, his outfits, I can't really remember. They all sort of blur into one. But so long as there is that sort of fern hair, you know the one. But I think
We'll probably
actually,
change our mind by then.
yes, because I want to do Mrs. Doubtfire.
I think you'd make an amazing Mrs. Doubtfire.
Me too. I don't do the voice every day.
Would be quite tempted to do, and I would have a go at making this from scratch. Do Rey from Star Wars.
Ray.
Have you seen the new Star Wars?
I've not seen it, no.
Okay, the new female lead
Yeah,
from
but
the new Star
yeah.
Wars. Because she's so cool. I'm desperate to do a Star Wars themed look. She's just, I love her character. And
If
I
you
really
do
want to do
that-
like that kind of triple ponytail thing that she has.
You do that, and I'll do Ray from the movie Ray, and then all I need is a pair of sunglasses and a piano,
No.
and I'll be there in a stick.
But I mean, it's so far away. I feel like maybe there'd be something else that comes along that we want to do.
No, we have to start planning it now because Yuvich and I
We always plan months in advance for Halloween.
prosthetics.
Months.
Have you ever worked with prosthetics?
I haven't yet, but I really want to because my friend Becca, again bringing her up, she does a lot of work with prosthetics.
We'll have to
And-
just link to Becca at the end of this. Everyone
Yeah.
knows where to find her.
Somebody asked Fifi O'Hara on Instagram or Facebook how she makes her prosthetics, and she said it's very, very easy the way she does it. And I can't remember how she does it, but she wrote it out in a paragraph, and she said, and then you just put it on your face with liquid latex to blend it in. She said it's a lot easier than people think.
I think it's like,
It's worth trying ourselves.
I think it's called like nose and scar wax, and it's basically like a new, like flesh coloured putty. And you can kind of like mould it into different things, and you literally just decide stick it on with liquid latex.
Oh, really?
These were white though.
We have because we had that eyebrow wax stuff, but that was awful. That wouldn't be the same thing. That
No, that
that
wouldn't
was
be the same
shit.
thing.
That stuff never bloody worked. Do you remember we used to do our eyebrows with that
Eyebrow
that wax?
plastic.
Yeah. I wonder if we tried using that now, what would happen with that?
Nothing good.
I might try it again, see what'll happen. That was so no, because it wouldn't blend or anything. It just caked off.
Mm.
We probably put too much on, to be honest. Yes, and also Bournemouth Pride. Now, obviously, that's not a cosplaying event, but what is the theme for this year? I remember not liking it.
Oh, Carnival.
I beg your pardon. Is that like
Carnival.
short people and two-headed women?
No, like Mardi Gras and Rio de Janeiro.
Oh no,
and,
South American Shakira. I'm not Shakira. I'm not. I could be Shakira. Shall I do Shakira?
Get your Shakira
No.
hips out.
Well, I mean, they're more like
I would really
birthing
like
hips
to
than
do-
Shakira hips.
Have you seen the movie Rio, the animated movie?
Yes, I have.
That's
Okay.
about birds.
At
isn't
the
it?
end,
Bloody
in the
birds.
carnival, when they dress up in like the outfits inspired by the blue parrots, I could like recreate that.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
I think you look like an asshole because you'd be dressed like a bloody bird.
But it's the whole point.
So, but what is
And they
it?
had wings.
Is
didn't
it
they?
is the word carnival? Can't even say it.
Well, that's just how they say it.
That's what Bournemouth Pride have said.
No, but that's like when.
What
it's
have they
like,
actually said? What did Bournemouth Pride say?
I can't remember how they exactly worded it. It
Free.
was something carnival, but like
Oh my god!
whenever you hear about like Mardi Gras and
it just feathers.
they always
Yeah.
pronounce it carnival.
I always just called it carnival.
But like carnival makes me think of like
I went to a carnival when I was younger, and
carnies.
I went on a fold-up ride, and
Yeah,
the wire
see?
snapped, and I got my £2 back.
That's what I mean. Like you imagine like a carnival.
So
Like a bit of like some pikeys
let's-
with like a flat pack.
Oh my god, you
roller
can't use that
coaster
word. That's
and-
so rude. No, it's said a bad word.
Well, you can.
You can't say that. Some
Not
of those
politically
came in,
correct.
Some of those came into work today. It was really awkward. I'll tell you about it after we've wrapped. So regarding Bournemouth Pride, my suggestion is that we just don't do it.
Well, we just don't do Bournemouth Pride.
No, we'll go, but we'll wear our own shit. Let's do a completely opposite theme. Let's go as like slutty nurses.
Well,
Dead nurses.
You couldn't get further away from the theme there.
I know.
The thing is, with Bournemouth Pride, as much as we love all the volunteers and the organisers, we very rarely are fans of the theme.
But they
And
always
no
pick
one-
a shit thing.
No one can comment and say, oh, well, then you pick one then. Because we always suggest, and we always go to the committee and say, oh, this would be a good idea. People go, yeah, and then it fizzles away to nothing.
We never suggested one for this year, though. We gave up.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. Well, we did for last year. Anyway, so what we generally do is if we like the theme, we'll participate. If we don't, we pretend it doesn't exist. So last year, we just went looking good.
Oh, yeah, what was the theme last year?
Was it the movie theme? Oh, no,
No,
it
we
was
did
the
the movie
Decades, which was basically the same thing. It was Decades. So the year before was
No.
iconic movies.
No,
and
no,
then
no,
the
no,
following
no.
year was
The
Decades.
year before that was Decades, because we did Steps. We did the 90s.
Oh, God, then what was last
The year
year?
before was movies, because we did The Witches from The Wizard of
What the
Oz.
fuck was last year?
So what was last
Oh,
year?
it was Broadway.
Oh, fuck that in the ass.
So it was
I'm
just
not
the
doing
same
Broadway.
again. It was the same again. So
Well-
once again, you had people dressed up like the characters from Grease because that fitted movies, that fitted Decades, and
And it
fits
fitted Broadway. So, but that's what they generally do, is they pick something so vague
so they can just
go with
reuse
anything.
all the decorations.
Reuse all the decorations. Listen, it's a charity. They can't, spend loads on shit.
Well, this year is completely different, but I'm
It
still
is
not
always a
loving
really
it,
fun
so-
day, though. I think we have a really good parade.
I
It's
should
so-
actually try and go this year.
You should so go.
I'm normally always at work. That's the thing.
No, get the day off, especially if Dan and Phil are there. You could meet them. You'd love it. I'm not doing.
They're not quite out yet, so I don't think they'd be turning up.
Oh wait, I wasn't even making a gay joke, but Misha just said they're gay.
No, did not say that.
You said it. Careful you don't unplug that, because that would be disastrous. That's on the verge of falling out, and then the whole thing's gonna die. Yeah. So I did, speak to a reputable YouTube source about Dan and Phil. We won't say what the answer
No,
was.
we won't.
We won't say. I'll tell you after this has stopped, and the Pikey thing we'll talk about when this stops as well.
So much to talk about after.
I mean, I can't wait to turn it off. So yes, cosplaying. I don't think I'm a cosplayer at all.
The thing is, though, I never thought I would be. Like, Becca started a year before me, and I watched her do it, and I was like, what is she doing? This is crazy.
So, what are the ones you're going to this year? You're going to the one in Bournemouth.
I'm going to Bournemouth Film and Comic Con, which is in a couple of weeks.
But you're not doing anything for that.
I might drag out an old cosplay. I haven't quite decided yet.
Okay.
I might just go... Because it's only the second time I've done the event. To be honest, it wasn't really, like, a big cosplaying event.
Is that at the Bournemouth International
Yes,
Centre?
it is.
Okay, so I was going to go to that last year, and I thought it was really exciting that they even had it. But when I actually read the lineup and what pictures had there, unless you were like a fan of Doctor Who, it wasn't really like
Oh
anything
my
that I would
god,
be
do you like
interested
Doctor
in.
Who? You
I like
There
Doctor
were
Who.
countless and countless people attached to the Doctor Who series, which I thought was amazing. The only one person that I was excited about there was it had the voice of Ash Ketchum,
Yes.
the original
That
voice
blonde
actress. Yeah, which I thought was amazing because that's
She
like
was
a
barely
name.
there, though. Like,
Really?
She was there, but when Becca went earlier than I did, and she was there in the morning, but then I went in the afternoon, and she wasn't really
She
about
pissed
anymore.
off.
Oh my god!
And like, she was only there the Saturday, not the Sunday, so it wasn't like I could go back on the Sunday. And
Were the stalls quite good?
there was a lot of. It wasn't very big. I think 'cause I'm so used to going to conventions. Like, I go to MCM
Also, it's
in
the
London.
same organisers, so you would
Yeah.
be expecting it to be kind of approaching
Well,
that.
it's actually different. The ones I go to in London isn't like the Star. I can't remember what it's under now. Showmasters. It's by MCM.
Okay.
So it's different. Like, Showmasters, like, a couple of friends have been to and said, oh, they're fine. But I think because Bournemouth is quite small, there wasn't really many kind of like local stalls that were there. It was all kind of just random people selling rubbish, to be honest. But like, there was so many stands selling old PS2 games, but selling them at like
Fuck!
but selling them at like
Are
ridiculous
you bringing
prices.
the wine?
You weren't supposed to let on that I'd left.
What, I'm doing air quotes, like rare
Retro
games
games,
and
but the
stuff.
ones you can get in CEX or off
Oh,
Amazon
fuck's
for
sake.
like a penny, and they're selling them for like £25. I was like, this is ridiculous. It's like a PlayStation.
Well, so that
2
makes
game.
it like a car boot.
Yeah.
Like, it's not...
At times I did feel like, I mean, it might be better this time round.
Yeah.
Because it's the second
I
time
mean,
they've done it.
you can't not go and then complain about
No.
it. You've got to support it, haven't you?
Like, I don't think it was I've been to worse conventions, put it that way. So,
So, what's the worst one you've been to?
well, probably the worst one I've been to. It wasn't even that bad. But it was
Don't
just
worry,
not...
they're not listening.
it wasn't that well organised, which was LeakyCon, which is like a Harry Potter convention. It was the time they brought it.
Because you love Harry
Yes,
Potter.
it's the first time they ever brought it. This was back in 2013. Their first time brought it over to London.
Yes.
But
I've never heard
it
of
wasn't
that
well organised for what it was, and they didn't really seem to care about it because they did 2 conventions that year. One in America and then one in London.
one. So the American one...
Yeah, the American one obviously took
precedence.
Focus, even though the London one sold out in like 10 minutes.
Well,
It
of
just
course.
wasn't...
I feel like...
was the guest that dwarf person that plays the Gringotts
Grip
spell?
No, he wasn't there.
I remember
feel
he
like
turns up to a
Americans-
fart, that guy.
The American Harry Potter fandom quite often forgets that it's fucking British.
Yes.
Oh my god, I know, right?
Like, I just get that impression so often. It is British. Yes, things are premiering in London. Yes, this whole The Cursed Child is happening in London, and you can't come because J.K. Rowling is ours. So there.
You fucking get everything else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got the live tapings of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. You can suck, you can suck a dick. Where were we at?
I was talking about LeakyCon, but
Before
it
I said
wasn't.
dick. Go on.
It wasn't an awful convention. It just wasn't very well run. Like I just didn't really feel like they cared about it as much
Well,
as
fair enough.
And like people, like it was a lot of money that convention, like more than I probably paid for any other.
So you
So
show
what's
up.
the content there?
I mean, I didn't really end up going to many panels because I offered to volunteer at the event,
Okay, that's cool
so
though.
which was a lot of fun. And like,
obviously
it was a
not
good
in
thing
the
to put in
end,
your
but-
CV because you can be like, well, I helped volunteer at like
Yes.
an event with over 1,000 people. But the volunteers system they did it, they let anybody do it.
1,000 people.
So
did
there
they
wasn't-
not do any kind of interview
There wasn't kind of
process
any
or-
pre-screening or anything. They're like, anyone who wants to volunteer can just offer themselves up. And they
fuck's
had
sake.
like a schedule of when you signed up, but people didn't turn up
That's
to
a
shifts.
nightmare. Of course they wouldn't, because
And
they're
me
just letting
being me,
anyone
just
turn
being
up.
there, I was like, oh, I'll cover a couple of things. So I ended up missing a lot of the panels that I actually wanted to go
Oh,
to.
don't do that again.
And then one big event, like they didn't seem to notice that this big like Star Kid were there. We were like this American theatre band, if you don't know who they are. And they didn't seem to realise the popularity they had. And they're like, oh, don't worry about the panel. Like, there won't be a huge queue outside the door, like 2 hours before. And then all the organisers are upstairs in another panel, and they'd left like this bunch of like 6 volunteers, none of who had any experience running an event, to organise like 1,000 people in and out of this big like convention hall thing. Luckily,
that
That
is
is bad. Well, that sounds like it was even worse for you because you were one of the volunteers.
yeah, and then it was just awful because you had so many people who was like screaming at you, being like, "What?" Because they thought, because you had a blue t-shirt, and they thought you were actual kind of.
You knew what you were doing.
And I was like, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing.
Oh
I'm
my
just kind of
God.
guessing how we're going to organise all these people, but
Was there a lot of people cosplaying there?
surprisingly not. Actually, there was some amazing cosplayers there, but there wasn't a huge.
Not loads.
But I think it's because at that time, the cosplay community in the UK isn't as big as it is in America.
Well, nothing here is very
It's
good.
slowly trickling over. It's got a lot bigger
The
over the
cosplay
years.
community in America, I feel like, won't be as big as it is in Japan.
No. But like it's slowly got bigger. So I think back in 2013 it wasn't such a huge thing to cosplay at conventions, particularly one that wasn't really like a multi fandom thing. But there was a girl who did an amazing like Hawks the Phoenix from
Oh, wow.
and she had like proper collapsible wings and everything.
Wow.
Every time she pulled her arm out,
What a loser.
I was like it was amazing. Like I'll have to show you pictures, but it was
That
absolutely
sounds really
incredible.
cool.
So does that happen every year, or that's just...
It only happened once in London. They've never come back.
Well,
They just subtly brushed it under the carpet the fact they ever had a
that it
LeakyCon in
ever
London.
came
Yeah.
here. God, that's
And they've now
awful.
actually changed the name. They're now called GeekyCon.
GeekyCon.
Yeah.
Oh, what? So they expanded beyond Harry
Like,
Potter?
yeah, so they're basically now
Oh,
everything.
boo! That's shit.
And they're doing specific Harry Potter events. Like, they're doing one this year in LA to, like, for the new launch of the Harry Potter theme park over
Oh,
there.
those fucks. There's a Harry
boo.
Potter theme park in LA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Is that
opening
just... If it's anything like the Harry Potter world, where the fuck did we go?
one. Orlando.
Universal Studios. That was shit.
I really want to go. Everyone keeps saying it's absolute rubbish, and I'm like, but I haven't
Well,
been.
but when we went, it was quite new. That's
and
the
they
only
have...
thing.
It's twice the size now
Mm.
I'm
compared
not
to when we
surprised.
went.
But one of the main things was...
The Americans.
Huh?
I feel like the main thing was that it was American.
You know
Or
what,
it
Mish?
was
You
Americans
should move
trying
there
to do
because
British
the
accents.
only people that worked in Harry Potter world are
British.
English. So you should totally get a job there because that would be right up your street.
It would. I'd love to work
Because you're
there.
good at obviously massive crowds and dealing with...
I just feel like the amount of space that they had in that park, it was such a waste.
So
They could
much
have done
space.
so much. You go to Disney, and when you're queuing up for a ride,
Yeah.
it's like walking through a museum. They have all kinds of things to look at and animatronics as you go in. And then the Harry Potter world part of Universal, it is literally you're in a queue with chains either side of you. There is
Apparently,
nothing,
they've improved that with the
nothing.
new Gringotts ride.
I'd love to.
Right,
go
but
on
that's the thing. So when we went, there were several rides. The Hippogriff ride was a very sort of IKEA fix it up yourself, came off of a truck.
That was an old roller coaster they remodeled.
Yeah.
Into...
No, that was the Dueling Dragons was the one that they remodeled. The Hippogriff one was new.
Oh, I thought they remodeled that
It was
as
a
well.
standard. It was a standard track. There's 1,000 of exactly that ride around the world. The Dueling Dragons was already there, I believe this is right, but that was the one that was repurposed for Harry Potter. So the only new ride, really, apart from the Hippogriff shit, was, and it was an amazing ride, the Harry Potter, what was it called? Experience or some shit?
Forbidden Forest.
Forbidden
something.
Forest, yeah.
Forbidden Journey.
Forbidden Journey.
There we go.
That was
it.
so good. That was like one of the best rides I've ever been on. But apart from that, there was an experience where you queue for 2 hours to get into that douchebag's wand shop.
Oh,
What's his
Ollivander's
name?
one shot.
Olive, I knew it was Olive.
They don't even pick them. They only pick like 2 people, don't they?
They
through
pick
the-
Also,
some
there's-
little rich bitch whose parents have paid them off.
Also, it was bullshit as well. I thought it was going to be so much more
The
magical.
guy
and it
said
just
something
wasn't.
like, "Oh, you know, the wand picks the asshole, not the other way around." And then a draw just sort of moved. Animatronic draw moves.
He was a really bad actor.
Actor.
He delivered the lines.
You
really
think
badly.
if you're going to have children go to, and they're going to believe they're in Harry Potter's universe, that they're going to pay more attention to detail, and the actor was shit.
Maybe I
And the
should get a job there.
butterbeer, oh my god, it tasted like ass.
Apparently, the American butterbeer is 10 times worse than the one on the studio tour, and I don't even like the one on the studio tour that
I
much.
liked it, but I had a frozen one, so it was more like a slushy.
But I thought it was going
And
to
I
be
thought it was really nice.
buttery, sure, but I don't know how I pictured it, but it literally was a combination of a beer flavour and butter flavour, and that's disgusting.
The one, I think, from what my friend Becca's one, because she's been to both places, is that she prefers the studio tour one, I think, over the American one. Not that she likes either of them much, I don't think.
Horrible they are.
I mean, I only got one at the studio tour because I was like, well, I'm here. I've kind of got to try it. So,
Have you done a Harry Potter cosplay?
not officially. I've got like the robes and stuff, and I went to LeakyCon in the robes, but I've not.
Oh yeah.
And I came to
gone
a
as a specific character.
and I came to a Halloween party that time as a Slytherin character.
Yes,
but...
you did. I've done Harry Potter before as a boy. I looked really good. I had the glasses, I had the lot.
Speaking of theme parks, now I cannot remember what the name for this is, but is it true that Disney World have introduced a couple of years ago a new rule where if you are older, if you're not like a little child,
over the age of 12.
you're not allowed to dress up as Disney characters.
No, you can't.
Because it causes confusion with the members of the cast,
I
which
can see that.
upsets a lot of fans. So now what people do is they try to wear like street clothes, really obviously inspired by certain characters, and it's called something. Can you
Disney
remember what
bounding.
it's called? Disney bounding. That is so cool.
I love it.
That is so cool.
Disney bounding.
Disney
Yeah.
bounding. So it's say if someone wanted to dress up as, I'm blanking now, like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, he would wear
Why wouldn't
like
you wanna do
black
that?
jeans, brown boots, a belt, like a red top, but it wouldn't be like the costume, but it would obviously be the
Yeah.
same colours.
So do people go and look for these people?
There's
They
a whole,
sit and
like-
watch?
There's blogs on Tumblr and like BuzzFeed things are like the best ones where it's
God,
just
the
it's
world
just,
is such
but
a
it's like
stupid
another
place.
kind of form of cosplay because
I'd
it's
love to
like,
do it. Like, if I went to Disney World, I'd definitely
It's
do
like
it.
That's so cool though,
abstract
because it's like you're
cosplaying.
going in stealth. You're like a
yeah,
stealthy
that's exactly
Disney
what
character.
it is. It's like abstract cosplay. That's really
Because
good.
I've got a very sort of pedestrian Mary Poppins outfit that I think I could wear with the hat with the sort of bandage around the chin. I would not be able to sing Jolly Holiday with You, Bert, though, because it would draw so much attention towards myself. That's a great song, Misha.
I love that song.
Isn't Becca doing Mary Poppins?
She is. She's doing.
I feel like this Becca bitch should be on the show. She's getting more attention. What's her name? Becca what?
Becca Hart is her full
Can
name.
you say her name? I don't know, for legal reasons. I don't know. Anyway,
She's not like some assassin or something. You
I
can't
don't
actually
know.
say her name.
Is she bound and she might be stealth?
No.
Is she coming down to Bournemouth anytime soon?
She is. She's coming down for Bournemouth Film and Comic Con.
Okay, well then we need to get her on the show.
Well, get her on the show.
And you can sort her eyebrows out.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, I will. I don't think Nova can do it.
What?
Where were we at? Right. So the conventions you're going to this year, you're doing the Bournemouth Shitter. What is the one you're doing Mad Hatter for?
That would be MCM London Comic Con
What does
in May.
MCM stand for?
I have no idea, but it's like a brand.
Major Crazy Mayhem.
That's basically what Comic Con is.
Right,
It's
okay.
huge.
But
Considering
you
like
did a vlog there, didn't you? Film
Yes.
it last time, so we watched that, and it is massive, and
It
people
is-
really go all out for
Yeah,
that.
it is. I think they had another record-breaking event in October where I think it was over like 108,000 people attended over the weekend.
I would love to do that, and I would love to cosplay, but God, just finding the time to do it like properly.
It takes all my time up. Like whenever
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything, I really should be making
I would
a
love
start.
to, and I would love to do it like in drag. I would love to do like properly cosplay a female character because that would be so cool. That would be so cool.
I'm going to cosplay Nova Genius. See how nobody knows who I am.
That's me, because I do such obscure characters, no one has any idea who I am.
Who do
I'm
you
not
do?
an obscure character.
Obscure is one word.
But when I did Honey Lemon, no one recognised who I
Maybe
was.
that was-
And yet you found several others.
I know, there was like a whole group of us. But that's because we went to the Disney meet.
Oh, okay.
Because that's
okay.
another
But
part
also
of
that
conventions.
movie was probably quite new at the time.
It was quite new at the time, but
You made me watch that bloody movie.
I fell asleep at the end,
Yeah,
at the
so
very,
did
very end,
I.
because I was drunk. But I absolutely loved it, and I need to watch it again
I fell
because I
asleep at
really,
the
really
start.
loved it.
we were more recognisable. Once we found a Baymax, we were more
Okay,
recognisable
yeah,
as a
yeah,
group
as a
because
group,
he was
yeah.
like the distinguishing
Is
character
that the
from
marshmallow?
That's the marshmallow, yes.
Okay.
Once we found one of them, it was kind of, oh, okay, you're coming as like a
Don't
group.
you want to do one of the emotions from Inside Out?
I'd love to do Disgust, but Becca's done Disgust, and I don't feel like
Oh,
mine
there
would live
she
up
is
to
again.
it.
That slut.
Well, no, I always worry, like, because she's done cosplay for much longer than me, her costumes are much better than mine. So I feel if I do Disgust, mine
That's
won't be
like
as good.
mine and Nova's drag. I've been doing it for a bit longer, so you can see the difference. You can see the clear cut difference.
Wow.
Yeah, but you just said she's been doing it for a year longer. That's not much.
Yeah, but she did, like, got her first cosplay, she did properly. She had a sewing machine, like, she did it all herself.
Oh, you can
Whereas
catch
I've
up.
taken, like, longer to get into actually making it
But
myself.
you're there now. You can do it now. Did you style your wig for Mad Hatter?
No, I bought it like that.
You just found it like that. Well, I was very lucky that you found it like that.
Yeah, it was a really good wig, actually, apart from the custom charges, which I'm still not over.
Oh my god, yeah. How much is that?
I think it was like £18 in custom charges.
Why?
See, that's like the price of the wig.
Which is almost
Because
the
you got
price
it
of the
from
wig.
America.
You got it from America.
And shipped from America, you always have to pay the customs if it's over a certain. How much was the wig itself?
The wig itself, it was $35.
Was it not declared properly on the packaging?
Well, Arda obviously won't. What they do is they put down the actual, like, what the retail value is rather than, like, the
Yeah, they could
physical value
They
of it.
could have put it a lot cheaper, just written it on the envelope,
Yeah,
and then you would have
'cause
skipped customs.
Some American companies, they'll put down, like, if you buy, like, a t-shirt, rather than saying that you put down that you paid $20 for it, they'll put down that it's, like, $1 worth of value. Whereas they put down, the wig is worth £35.
So-
Oh.
But that,
So-
yeah, they might not know because they're assholes.
And there was two, I think if there was only, because me and Becca ordered together to split shipping costs, I think if there wasn't 2 wigs in there, it probably might not have been picked up by customs, but it was quite a big box. So they probably thought, oh, that's a big
So
box.
is it $18 between you? Or...
Yeah, so it's between the two, so it wasn't
Oh,
too
it's not
bad,
so
but it
bad
still
then.
adds like an extra £9 on top of what we've already paid.
I would have just said, listen, Becky, you can pay the whole thing because your cosplay's better than mine and I already suffer.
She still hasn't paid me back yet, so.
Oh my god, she's not coming on the show until she bloody pays. So is that, you're doing those 2 this year? Is there another one?
Probably going to go to the Bournemouth version in August again, so the same convention. They sometimes do it in the summer as well.
Okay.
What do you think would happen if me and Olympia turned up to the Bournemouth convention in full drag and full cosplay as some character?
To be fair, I don't think many people would. I think people would sort of like look, but I think people are like, well, it's a convention, like.
Who
But
is
you were
Jay?
making out like not many people really cosplayed.
Not really in Bournemouth, but I think you'd be fine. Like, I mean, there was quite a lot of people cosplaying, but there wasn't as much as the ratio of cosplayers to people in normal clothes was a lot.
Who would you do?
I mean, I can't think off the top of my head. Maybe the Barefoot Contessa. That wouldn't go down very well, though, would it? Nigella Lawson? Some sort of celebrity chef, Delia Smith.
I don't really think that's the right kind of crowd.
No, not quite.
No.
You might get away with that in London, but
Have I got to do sort of anime? Is that do I have to do?
Well, it doesn't have to be anime, but it has to be something that was like a fandom. I don't think like Nigella has got a fandom.
actually, you'd be surprised on Tumblr she probably has.
Yeah, but I think her tits probably have.
You're gonna have to give me more time to think about it. I don't know.
Go as Mary Poppins.
Precious,
What?
based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
Oh my god. I would definitely do a Final Fantasy character, but
How
which
boring.
one, I have no idea.
Oh my god,
No,
please
I would
tell
like,
us.
I would like to do one. I wouldn't do anything from 7 because that's so
No,
done.
you'd never do
I
7.
wouldn't do anything from 13.
Oh my god,
because
die.
that's so
do it from
done. You don't know
13.
who any of these people are. I have always quite liked the idea of doing either Rosa or Rydia from Final Fantasy 4 because
that'd be
that's
great.
they're super old and no one
Do you
really
like Final
remembers the
Fantasy?
characters, but there's a lot to them. They're very extravagant
Is the answer to
costumes.
that.
Or I also every
it doesn't
Halloween.
end.
I like the idea of doing Edea from Final Fantasy VIII, who was the villain, and she's got like
That'd be so
this long
good,
evening
yeah.
gown and like this big kind of like metal fan thing out of her back with like this curtain, and she has these shells
Try
in her
getting
face.
into a cab with that on.
No, exactly. The practicality of it is just it's not there. But
What you'd
it's-
have to do is make a lot of it detachable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Like
that's a
this
good
would
idea.
like fold up and
Yeah.
I wish I prepared more for this. For this interview, I don't know who I would do, because obviously I would do a whole bunch of people, but then you said it has to be someone that people would recognise.
We don't have to do
doesn't
it.
have to be someone that people recognise, but just generally speaking, that's kind of like the thing, isn't it? It's like
I think you kind of do someone you hope to be recognised because you kind of want someone to be like, oh, I know who
you
they've
get
done.
some credit, don't you?
Yeah. Or someone comes to be like, I would like want a picture of your cosplay, which just gives you great kind
How
of.
about Rose's mum from Titanic? How about Rose from
I don't
Titanic?
think you're very good at this game, are you?
How about the floating door from Titanic? None of those?
Just come as the Titanic.
The iceberg.
The Nova can come as the Titanic.
Yes, and we can
Couples
just rub
cosplay.
each other.
This is the worst idea.
And then I stay
ever.
there floating and you sink into the floor. So,
I also would like to
I don't understand how cosplay works.
I really like it when people do Pokemon cosplays, but then like
Did you like Pokemon?
I do like Pokemon.
Oh,
when
really?
they pick a Pokemon and they're not like the actual animal, they turn it into like a suit of armor or like they're going to be an RPG character, but like it's based on that Pokemon. I
They're
love
cool.
that. That's so cool.
What Pokemon would you be?
See, I really like Pikachu. Like I know it's like a real sort of like.
It's a very iconic.
I could see
character.
you as Pikachu.
It's very iconic though. I
Everyone's
would
like,
do,
oh, you don't really watch Pokemon because you said your favorite Pokemon's Pikachu. I'm like, no, I actually just generally really like Pikachu.
I really wanted to do a series on our channel of
Pokemon
different
inspired looks.
Pokemon inspired looks. I wanted to do Eevee on all the evolutions.
Oh yeah.
And it's just so much effort that I never really got around
I
to
liked
doing it.
Weedle, but that's such a shit one. I think I would like to do Gengar because it's so like fucked up.
I like Gengar.
It's so
Gengar
creepy.
is supposed to be, many fans believe it to be the shadow of Clefable because they've got a very similar silhouette.
Oh
And
my
it's something to do with the
God.
numbering and something to do with the translation of the Japanese names and some of the Pokedex entries because it is the shadow Pokemon. People think it is Clefable's shadow.
Well, that's fucking creepy.
Mm.
What's that one that you don't like? Banette.
I hate Banette. That's scary
Because
because
it's a doll out of
that
a
is
dumpster.
a children's doll that develops consciousness when it's been abandoned by its owner and
That's
it
really
turns
creepy.
into a Pokemon. And it is a creepy doll with button eyes and a zip for a mouth.
No.
And it likes to hang around. It's like one of its first Pokemon cards was just it hanging out of like a trash can.
I can't believe we've gone this far and we haven't discussed cosplaying. You did that creepy spindly bitch from what was that?
Oh, the Coraline, the other
Coraline. No, Carol's the lesbian one.
Coraline.
Yeah.
That was 99% made from scratch. Actually,
That
thinking
actually counts
about
as
it,
cosplay.
I wore.
It was 99% bad.
Oh,
I'm just
really
joking.
proud of
That was really good.
I
I
was
wore
joking.
some leggings because I wanted, because it's such like an inhuman shape and it's very impractical and we were going out. I wanted to try and just simplify the silhouette.
You need
a
to
little
work
bit.
around certain things because you
Yeah.
can't have a
So
stick thin
instead of
neck.
instead
Although
of
you are quite
creating
thin
extra
anyway.
legs, because she does have extra legs in the actual thing, and making myself look more like a spider, I found these metallic like robotic skeleton leggings.
They were good. Have you still got those?
Yeah, I've still
they
got
were good.
those.
Those things.
So those were ready made. And then the main dress was actually originally a bodycon dress, but there was barely anything recognizable of it because I basically ripped it to pieces. I had it for the fabric, essentially. You could not recognize it.
It's so funny. When I was saying to you, I was saying, would you ever do a Harry Potter cosplay? And I was thinking, oh my god, who would I do if I was going to do a Harry? I did fucking Bellatrix Lestrange.
Yes,
I didn't even remember
that.
I'd forgotten about it as well. It must have been shit.
But that was what was that kind of cosplaying called?
That'd be kind of like closet cosplay.
Because that was a bunch of dresses pre-made that you laid on top.
I made the corset though.
Yeah.
And the wand.
Yeah. This is how we do cosplay, isn't it?
But the thing is,
we make things like my Spyro cosplay.
I don't think you can,
there would have been no point in making that dress myself when it already existed.
Yeah.
It's such a plain thing.
If you were going to go to like a masquerade, though, that would be the point, wouldn't it? But like
I suppose
my Spyro cosplay,
you bought that jacket.
Everything is bought, but I made the tail, I made the wings, I made the horns, and everything else is customized. So I rhinestoned the jacket, I glued acrylics onto the gloves, and everything else is customized. But everything, it's still like pre-made.
I just don't think, like, I mean, there are these definitions like closet cosplay, proper cosplay. There's so many restrictions and rules with Masquerade and stuff. But I think at the end of the day, like, as long as you're happy doing it and you want to count it as a cosplayer, I personally
it's still cosplay, isn't it?
It's all about, for me, it's all about having fun.
Yes. I suppose that is the bottom line of everything.
Like, you can imagine in that community, there's got to be a lot of elitists there.
There's so many.
I can imagine that.
Like,
assholes.
Even when you go to like the Disney meets, and there's not even like between the
Disney meets.
Disney meet, yes.
No, that should only be happiness.
What's a Disney meet?
It's like this guy called Simon who he runs at various MCM events, Disney meets, on like the different days, and he just does like this big like photo shoots. People like various video companies come along and film like videos and stuff.
Or Disney characters.
With all Disney characters.
Disney meets to me sounds like a sort of black market of like like Pluto's been chopped up and made into a T-bone steak.
Makes
That's
me think
Disney
of this piece of I don't want to say artwork because it was fucking horrifying that I saw on Facebook, and it was a platter of sushi, but if you on closer inspection, each like little what are they called? Each
it was like a butterfly
sashimi had
a character.
Disney character on. So one of them had flounder on it. One of them had
It was
Ponyo.
dark. It was dark.
One of them had SpongeBob. It was really bleak.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it.
SpongeBob is Nickelodeon.
No, I know, but it was
same thing. Creepy.
One of them had Nemo. It wasn't cool.
Are you guys excited for what is it? Finding Cora.
Dora.
Oh, fuck off! Did you not know Dory?
You said Dora.
I don't like Finding Nemo,
I'm so embarrassed to be amongst the pair of you right now.
I don't like Finding Nemo.
I don't like Finding Nemo, and I don't like Ellen DeGeneres even more. So
Peace, Sherman, 42 Wallaby Street, Sydney.
True Nemo
bless
fan
you. The fact that there is a Disney movie headed by Ellen DeGeneres is degenerate.
That was like the first time I probably came across Ellen.
What?
Was through that movie.
Oh, you don't be daft. I even knew about her before that. What about Ellen's Energy Adventure? How dare you? That's the best thing she ever did was Ellen's Energy Adventure, and that was shit.
Well, Ellen never aired in the UK. I didn't really have very good internet. I'm a bit younger than you.
But she's a powerless,
so
a bit younger.
That was
how rude.
That was the first time I ever heard of Ellen DeGeneres was when she voiced Story of Finding Nemo.
I think I was too young to qualify who she was. To me, it was just a character. I didn't even know who it was being voiced by. So
have you done a Disney cosplay?
Yeah.
Honey.
Which one?
I did Honey Lemon.
Oh,
I've done
all
my Disney.
Have you done have they all been Disney? Oh, is Pirates of the Caribbean Disney?
Yeah.
Okay, but that I'm not considering that Disney.
You mean like an
I mean like an animated traditional something that I would know. I want to do the Madam Mim from The Sword in the Stone, you guys.
I did a half-assed Princess Jasmine, but that was all store-bought.
That was really good, though. I really liked
that looked quite good, though.
That was all store-bought.
Yeah, it was all store-bought.
The pants were off eBay, the top was off eBay, the headband was from Hot Topic. That was proper
I
Disney
found that headband for you. I remember finding it.
I think sometimes with Princess Jasmine, they're like, you kind of can. There's not much point in making it.
There's not a lot of fabric there, is there?
There's a lot of midriff. So, if you were going to do like a traditional Disney, who would you do?
I mean, I was gonna do Ariel for May,
yeah,
but I decided against it and went for Mad Hatter instead.
Were you going to do that? Does she wear a fancy dress?
It
Ariel,
was.
like a
If you've
prom
seen
dress?
the film, it's
At the
like
dinner.
no, the Kiss the Girl one. You know the white and blue town dress.
Oh, I love that dress.
I was gonna do that one, but I don't know why I
Sure.
decided against it in the end. I think it's because I was like, oh, Mad Hatter's more of a challenge, particularly with the makeup part of it, and I was kind of
Yeah.
interested in more of the makeup.
Oh, I
than-
forgot that he has crazy makeup.
Yeah, he's got like the white face and the pink and purple contouring.
Have you got the makeup for that yet?
I've got some of the makeup. I haven't got the white face paint yet, but
Because when I did makeup really, really inspired by that. For when I did my Mad Hatter look, I really based the makeup on that specific one. And Stargazer do a white liquid eyeliner and a white mascara that will really, really help you.
Have you
really
got
help
any
you for the
Stargazer stuff? You should look into it. It's so good and it's fucking cheap.
I haven't yet. But
They're
I know a
based
lot of
in
people do
Croydon.
it.
They're
Yeah.
a British brand.
Croydon!
They used to sell it. Didn't they used to sell it in New Look?
I'm not sure.
Did they?
Because I'm pretty sure when I was like an early teenager, Stargaze was all the rage in school. Like,
They're
Hey.
anti-animal testing.
But then
and
why are they
they're-
not as big now then? Because New Look, if they're in New Look, then you think
they were definitely a New Look because I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, it's the right price, the right sort of price range.
I'm
but-
sure when I was in school,
Yeah.
their nail polishes were
Yeah.
like a big
Oh, their nail
thing
polishes are really good.
because they were really good.
I only use their nail polishes. They are really good.
Yeah,
But I know a couple people said that if you're doing Mad Hatter, the white eyeliner and their white mascara is really good.
Yeah.
try that.
And I've got one of those big eBay like 120 color eyeshadow palettes. I've got one of them, which I'm probably going to use to do all
Yeah, you should do.
the. I just need to get some cheap brushes because that eyeshadow palette stains your brushes like mad.
What are you going to be cosplaying for our housewarming party, Misha?
I haven't quite decided yet. I
Wait,
kind
is
of.
that going to be like a fancy dress party?
Well, it should be fancy dress optional because obviously a lot of people that we know are assholes that won't do it. But Misha should get involved.
I might do the costume I was talking about the other day from Captain America, the USO girl costume.
Oh yes, that's so cute. You
Because
should
that's
do
kind
that.
of not like a full fancy dress costume, but
Yes,
it kind of
it's sort of
is.
halfway.
Yeah.
I kind of really want to whack up my baby doll costume again.
I was looking at that bird.
But I barely fit into that.
Lend it to me, then I can fit into it.
It's a very, very revealing costume anyway. There's just midriff and ass. But
Yeah, but we're amongst friends.
that top was tight. Like it was tight.
Skin tight, hair right.
But I really liked that costume. I really like that character.
Maybe I'll get my village cosplay out, which was essentially a belt, a t-shirt worn backwards, and some berries. No one would get it.
What should we do if we do a cosplay theme?
Well, no, I mean, don't be daft.
Well, you said it.
Yeah, but we would be in drag anyway, because we're always in high gish.
Well, yes,
right now, we're completely done up, aren't we, Misha? Full makeup and everything.
They are totally.
It's very uncomfortable in my corset of an evening. I wish I'd just worn sweats. Yeah, but we can't do a cosplay sort of.
You should do it fancy dress though,
We should do.
because
Oh,
I
God,
love
but
fancy
everyone
dress.
we know. They're just so boring.
Oh come on, no.
Do you remember when we did
No,
the Halloween
let's not do
party?
fancy dress because we're going to do a Halloween party and that will be fancy dress.
No,
and people
we
won't wanna
have
do it
to
twice.
though. We have to.
Well, we'll do it in drag.
Yes. Yeah, but if people want to come with like, you know, a sort of glittery bow tie, that should be fine.
What kind of fancy dress is that?
Frank from EastEnders had a glittery bow tie.
Great.
So, should we do all of Misha's social media? Because I realised at the beginning we did a really half-assed introduction. I do apologise. We sort of went into it and then we just immediately launched into the show. So, I don't even know if we said that Misha is a YouTuber. We have spoken about Misha before in one of our videos, which was the drunken YouTube one.
Yes.
We linked to Misha.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
So Misha is a vlogger, a YouTuber, and what are your topics? What do you cover? Day-to-day life.
Beauty, cosplay now is included in it. That's the thing I brought into it.
At the moment, you're embarking on a journey with some crazy medication,
Yes.
which means you can't drink alcohol. It's so upsetting.
So instead, you just provide us
Yeah.
with alcohol.
It's
I mean, I'm not much of a drinker anyway, but
No, but around us, it's going to happen
Yeah.
anyway by osmosis. So you can find. We'll leave all of Misha's social media in the description below, along with ours. But do you want to say, Misha, now? How can people find your YouTube?
It's under a really embarrassing username that I picked ridiculously. It's under Misha's Totally Awesome. It's the only way you can actually find it on YouTube nowadays.
So it's just Misha's Totally Awesome.
Yes.
How do you change that?
No.
I'd leave it. Shit, I'd leave it. It sort of sums it up.
YouTube will, if it's feeling kind, let you change it like once in a blue moon. Like, we've somehow earned the chance to change ours if we want to. I don't want to.
That was YouTube saying, "Oh, we think your name's shit." So
Yeah.
No, I looked into it, and for some reason my channel is, I think it's when I created mine, they didn't have this whole Google Plus linkage thing.
Oh.
I was like pre all that. So
Yes.
it's kind of like, nope, you're stuck with it now.
Oh,
I think
shit.
unless
well,
I was
you know
mega
what,
famous.
I like it, so fucking leave it.
If I was mega famous, I could probably email and be like, hey, change my username.
Yeah.
But it's endearing.
I like it too. You're on Facebook? Where else can people find you?
Find me on Twitter at Micha Wells, Instagram under the same name. And I don't really have a Facebook page, but if you find me on Facebook, feel free to add me.
You can add. We don't either, but people just add us. So what do you think, guys? We're an hour in. I think that would make for a good video.
I think that would be nice.
You're going to go sort this out and upload it right now. Won't take a second. Sure, it needs to be done for today's Friday, Nova.
I don't have a thumbnail or anything.
No, you don't need a thumbnail. Okay, so I think this has been a nice conversation. We all had fun.
I've had fun.
Yes, this wine is very nice.
It's
Misha
been
brought
better
wine.
with the wine.
It's been nice with the wine, yes. So make sure you go find Misha's channel, have a look at what's happening over there. And
I've just uploaded the cosplay video actually today, so...
Oh my
well,
god.
check out Misha's cosplay video and comment down below your thoughts on cosplay.
What is your
at
cosplay video?
conventions.
It's like my work in progress Mad Hatter.
Oh my god. As if we should have bloody watched that before we did this. So ill prepared. We'll watch it now. So thanks for listening, everyone. Subscribe to our channel. And that's probably it.
That's probably it.
So should we sign out then?
Bye.
Bye then.